Hey guys, I'm Erin Newberg-Finns, the Social Science Senator.
And I'm Sasha Madhavji, Senator at Large.
Today we are here to interview all 4 USC presidential candidates.
Hi, my name is Adam Fearnall. I'm running for USC President.
Okay, so Adam, around election time we're always criticizing the current board and the USC. What do you love about the board and the USC right now?
Probably the thing I love the most about the board is the way that they've stuck together. I think that it's pretty easy when you work with a group of people for an entire year to forget that you need to stand up for each other and to work together as a unit, and I think they've done a really good job of doing that.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay, so from a Senate point of view, in your opinion, what is the biggest problem students face in terms of administration in the university?
It's a good question. I think probably the biggest one, we've been talking about it a lot, but it's mental health support. I think that it's something that we've seen a big desire from the university to move forward on, but one that students haven't necessarily been able to recognize the university's commitment to this yet. The perception of students, I think, is still that maybe the university isn't doing enough despite their desire to do something. And so I think we need to work to get more programs, but also to flip the perception to make sure that students are aware of the work that's being done behind the scenes on this issue.
So, what do you think we need to be looking for when we're hiring this new Vice Provost International to represent and protect the students' best interests?
I think the last part of the question is pretty much the answer. I think we need somebody who's willing to look at internationalization and make sure that the university is growing in a way that helps international students to feel supported on campus, and also that looks at internationalization in the context of the entire university. We've certainly seen over the last little while some confusion over what internationalization is, the reasons behind internationalization. It was something we brought up in Senate as a group of senators. So I think that it's something that we're looking for somebody in that job who's aware that there are multiple layers to what internationalization is and is willing to communicate what those are to students.
Now, do you have any concerns about President Chakma's goals of internationalizing Western?
The concern that I would have is just the one that I sort of outlined before, is that the university needs to make sure that it is adapting its own support services and its own policies in reaction to internationalization, so that we have a campus that is both accepting to internationalization or international students, and also a campus that is understanding of what the purpose behind internationalization is.
Now, this is a USC history question. What former president, USC president, do you think you emulate their leadership skills, and why?
Interesting. I'm going to pick Stephen Lecce. Was the president in my first year, and he's the one I remember the most, but I'm going to pick Emily Rowe, and the reason I say that is not necessarily because of Emily's public appearance. I think that people got to know Emily through her video and through her campaign, and didn't always know necessarily what was going on when she was president. But what I've heard from Emily and from people that worked with Emily is that she was a fantastic leader internally, and she made sure that her executive was always on the same page with her, that they were working together and supporting one another. And I know that the staff and the organization really appreciated what she stood for. And I think she showed us a selfless side of being USC president. She recognized the public role for sure, but she also showed that knowledge behind the scenes and that willingness to not necessarily always have to be in the limelight, and to let other people take some credit, I think. And that's what I really admire about Emily.
What do you do to de-stress?
Usually I'd say I write songs, but that's actually fairly stressful sometimes. And that would just be a bad answer. So what do I do to de-stress? I run. That's what I do. I'm a runner. I don't have jogging groups on my platform, but I am a runner, and it's something that I do to definitely de-stress. So.
Okay. More serious question. How do you feel about the University Students' Council alcohol policy?
Good question, and a trick one at that. The University Students' Council does not have an alcohol policy. The University of Western Ontario has an alcohol policy.
Excellent.
Do you still want to know anything about it, or is that sort of the point?
Yeah, please tell me your opinion on the university alcohol policy.
I think it's something that obviously it creates a certain amount of tension between the university and the USC, and it's something that is always in constant negotiation. And obviously, we have a responsibility to make sure that we're being that we're knowledgeable of what that policy is, and that we're cognizant of the university's needs and things like that, but we're also have to be pushing for students and what students are asking for. So definitely a source of tension sometimes, but something that I think everybody knows about and is willing to work on and seek compromise.
Okay. It's time for a firing round now. You got to man that button. So every question he gets wrong, you put it. Question number 1. What is the school motto?
The school motto? Oh, I'm not going to get this one.
The answer is Veritas.
Veritas. Yeah.
What is the exact shade of Pantone purple that this university is founded? 268. Who's the first female chancellor of Western?
First, nope, not going to get it.
The answer is Reva Gerstein.
Of course.
What year did Western win their first Yates Cup? 1931. Who is the general manager and where was she born of the USC?
Kathy Clark is the general manager. Where was she born? Good question.
Went to New Brunswick.
Ooh, wow.
And that
East
ends the
Coast.
firing round.
East Coast. Western, you, college fair and square. Arts and meds are strong for you, united if you dare. Running purple colors are won by all who know just which college is the best, come and let us show. Cause this you is our you, and for her we'll strive to do our best and fight with might and main. What's main, we will always adore our old alma mater, Western School of Fame. When the team goes marching down the field, we know our team will never ever yield. And though the other team has lots of pep, we'll see their team and we'll know they're out of step. When the game goes down in history, another Western victory. Cheers go out for Western U, rah, rah, rah. To the right, canini, canoo, hullabaloo, rickety, rackety, roo. High in the sky, the Western U, W-E-S-T-E-R-N, Western, woo.